Hey everybody, welcome back to New Super Luigi U. We're off to the Layer Cake Desert, and, well, you may not look it from the map, but it's quite a bit different than Mario's. Quite a bit different. Let's see what Miiverse has to say. Dear Mario, hey! Dear Mario, I beat the boss of the level. Great! And a cute little drawing. Thanks, Miiverse. You've helped us out a lot. So, let's get going. If you'll remember, the first level of Mario's Cake Desert started out with a bunch of heads. But now we've got Spike's Tumbling Desert. Take a look at it. It's quite a bit more challenging than Mario's. I mean, probably not so challenging that you're gonna, get hit there, but still quite a bit more challenging. And I think you really start to see that they're doing some things, taking some cues from the Donkey Kong Country games, especially Donkey Kong Country Returns. And I might be wrong there, it's not like Mario's never done this before, but I think you'll notice that they're using coins to highlight where you should be jumping a little bit more than they used to. It's more apparent in some of the later levels, but I've, kind of associate that with Donkey Kong Country and using the trails of bananas. There's definitely been coins to give you hints in Mario games before, but the way they're doing it now, especially in Luigi's version, feels a lot like Donkey Kong Country. And that's good, because Donkey Kong Country Returns was a great game. Really great game. And, hey, it's Nabbit. Hey, Toad. That's our buddy over there. He helps us out when we got 4 players. Well, I kind of come into your store and take stuff too. What's the problem if Nabbit does it? Is it just that he looks a little weird? I'm thinking you might be discriminating a little bit. But it's your stuff. If you want it back, we'll help you out. We'll just talk to him. Give him a nice talking to, and I'm sure everything will be fine. Don't worry. Yeah, we know about the pipes. We've played the main game. Don't worry. Yeah, just shoot yourself out. That's cool. So, we've got to get Nabbit. It's not really any more challenging than Mario's. I mean, the levels are harder, so it's going to be more difficult to get him, but they haven't really added in anything too difficult. We'll just go grab him. Hopefully we won't embarrass ourselves or anything like that. In fact, Luigi's jumping ability probably makes it a little easier, especially if you're paying attention and not getting hit by all of the enemies. Yeah. See, he's our buddy. He saw that we're there, we weren't happy, and he just stopped, gave it all back. Don't worry, Toad. Thanks for the power-up. I appreciate it. No, don't worry. We're just gonna use Miiverse to see what's going on. See what people are saying. See what the kids are saying. Let's take a look. Warning, use teamwork to beat this level. Dear Mario, Orm Raid? What? Okay. Thanks, Miiverse. And Baby Yoshi, but we're not going to use him right now. We've seen a lot of Baby Yoshi, so let's do this on our own. We can't just rely on other people all the time. We've got to do it on our own, maybe with a little help from our friends. Little help with some power-ups, maybe? But, like, what kind of a shop owner are you, Toad? You're just giving things away to us. That seems unfair that you'd help Luigi out, but you wouldn't help his friend Nabbit out. Just seems wrong. It's not like we're paying for this stuff. It'd be one thing if we could use some of our coins for that. But hey, it's your store. You do what you want. You've been in business longer than us. So, once again, we get the extra life, which isn't too useful. And the invincibility star. I'll take it, but again, not the greatest stuff. Not the best stuff I've ever seen. But, let's not worry about it. Let's just head into the next level. So, again, it's a mechanic you might recognize, but done in a different part of the world and much more difficult. And what do we have here? We have a hidden Yoshi. Check it out. You gotta be excited about this. You weren't expecting Yoshi. And then nice, sped up, kind of kicking Luigi underground theme, whatever the hell it is. I mean, we've heard it a million times before, but sure sounds cool there. Sorry, Yoshi. You were pretty useful, though, because you got us through that area where we had to run fast and couldn't really afford to take a hit. So, thank you for your sacrifice. It was appreciated. But I definitely think you'll agree, this world is a lot more difficult than Mario's. Mario's it didn't really pick up until the end of the world, and even there, Mario isn't going to really feel hard until World 5. And there's definitely some things here that feel pretty hard. Not this, though. We're still getting those one-ups on the flagpole.
You made it.
Yes, you did. You did.
Oh.
So, you might have found the first world pedestrian, but I hope if you're watching this, you're going, hey, Luigi looks really, really damn cool. I need to play this. And again, let's start using some of these power-ups because they're gonna build up, and we could frankly use them right now. We're tiny and we're going into a challenging little level, especially if we want to get that first coin. So let's use that Starman, get the coin, make sure we have a power-up, and head off. We're gonna get some help in this level, but still good to have a bit of a head start to make sure that we're not gonna get it killed by a piranha plant right off the bat. Right before we get our little friend Baby Yoshi. He's not the best Baby Yoshi, but he's still pretty good. Still pretty good. And pretty good, that's more than enough. Again, it may not have looked that difficult, but with all of the tricky jumps in there, with the fire getting spit out by the flowers, piranha plants, it all builds up. It gets a little bit tricky. And while not the most innovative thing in the world, we're going to be seeing that next. Because I frankly think this fortress is one of the more innovative Mario levels. It's a mechanic we've seen a little bit in the Wii version, but this takes it to some new levels. This really, to me, changes the dynamics of a Mario level in a really, really good way. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's pretty unique. I haven't seen anything this extensive using the platform spinning mechanic, whatever the hell you call it. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. So, the level doesn't use it as extensively in the second half as they do in the first half, but these are, some pretty tricky jumps. It's going to take you a time or two to get through that first section. It's going to take you a time or 3 to get through this one, especially if you want the star coin. And I think the last one, again, it's not as unique as the first set, because, I mean, we've seen them do things like this before. We haven't seen, like, the whole level change about as we did at the beginning of the level, but it's still pretty tricky. You gotta go fast, and you gotta make sure Luigi's lack of traction isn't gonna screw you over. And the boss. I guess it's kind of funny that I complained about this guy in the first video, because it's not like the boss of Mario games have ever really done it for me. They've never scared me off. I mean, I remember in Super Mario World, I probably shouldn't even become a fan of Mario games, because I was a stupid little kid when I played that. I was 7, maybe 6, probably 7, and I got to Bowser, and I couldn't figure out how to beat him. My dad wasn't any good at games, but, you know, he was my dad. He could sometimes figure out things that weren't as apparent to my like first grade or kindergarten mind. And so he played Bowser. And we're both like, I don't get it. You can't jump on his head. You can't use the cape to spin attack him. What do you do? Do you just sit here killing these little Mecha Koopas over and over and over? We just couldn't figure it out. We eventually managed to get the back door through the Valley Fortress, seeing if that would help. Still couldn't figure it out. And eventually my dad just broke down, called the 1-900 Nintendo tip line, and they told us. And we felt mighty, mighty stupid. Because it never occurred to either of us that you should throw the Mecha Koopas up there. We'd both done it, but, you know, they just hadn't hit Bowser. We'd hit the bottom of the Koopa car or whatever, and just didn't do anything. And we're just like, what the heck? How do you beat this guy? And I can only imagine that if my dad had never called that 1-900 line, spent however much a minute it was to get told how to beat the boss, I might have gone out and started playing Sonic or something stupid like that. Might not have been on the Nintendo side of the console wars. Might not be here, playing Super Luigi U, picking up way too many Bowser orbs, discs, power-ups, power-downs, I don't know. So, here we are. I don't know why I just told that story. Just reminds me of just being little, not knowing anything. Not knowing how to beat these bosses. I probably would have appreciated this silly little fortress boss in Mario World, because, you know, you just jump on his head. And that's what I understood. Jumping on heads is all we gotta do over here. Because these aren't really any different than Mario. In fact, Luigi's jump probably makes the Hammer Brother easier. So, let's kill some Goombas. Wish there were a couple more here. Would have been fun to get an extra life. Extra lives are fun. Oh, okay. Well, that'll be useful since I'm sure there's going to be some star coins that require one. But, you know, we're facing some challenging levels. We could use some better power-ups. Hopefully, Hammer Brother, give us some good stuff. It's not funny, Hammer Brother. It's not funny. Oh well. Let's just continue on. We've got enough for now. We'll make up for it. In fact, we could probably just skip this mushroom house, since we need to unload some power-ups. We really do need to unload some power-ups. Maybe next level. Again, we've seen this in Mario Wii, we've seen this in other Mario games, but I really like what they've done with it here. It's really fun. And I like how they've worked in the star coins. They're all pretty easy to find, but they're a little out of the way and a little tricky to jump to, especially when you feel the crunch of the time limit. Time limit doesn't seem unfair, but at the same time, you don't want to hang around doing useless things like getting green coins. It's, you know, a waste of time, Luigi. Why are you doing that? But, yeah, like I said, it's not too difficult, not too easy, and it's pretty much perfect for World 2. And the whole level itself, you know, there's some tricky stuff, like right here. You really do need to think about it a little bit to think when that stone's gonna bounce. But, we got everything. We only took a couple hits. We didn't get the extra life for the flagpole, but that's fine. We got 28. How many lives does one guy need? And granted, things are getting more difficult. We'll start losing them soon. But for now, we'll just go with the flow. Just keep on keeping on to another really fun level. You may have remembered that, hey, Mario had these head guys. Why doesn't Luigi have them yet? Well, here they are. Here are the head guys, the Maori statues. The Moai? Moai. I think it's Moai. Whatever. Easter Island statues. Where have they been? They're right here. And Those cute guys. They're so cute. Why does this game want us to kill them? So, what I was saying before about the coins, it's getting more apparent, and it's going to be even more apparent in the next level. Yep, we could have used one of those tiny mushrooms, but we'll use them eventually. And really, game? Seems like it's pretty difficult. You're not taking it easy on us. Not a place where you're probably going to die, but certainly feels like there's some tension there. Just like right there. You're off by just a little bit, and you're eating some piranha plant. Or maybe the piranha plant's eating you. But, you know, only 57 or 52nd level. 52 because we had to get that coin. Still nothing too bad. The levels will get a little bit longer as we go on. We'll see that time limit really coming into play. And let's use another power-up. Let's break out the squirrel suit. Let's go. It's cool, Luigi. We're ready. So, I said earlier that I really like how this game uses the spinning platforms. Let me check this out. I think this adds to it a lot. You've got the slower ones that, you know, they're barely even noticeable, and some really fast ones that just add to things. They change your jumps around, they change your running a lot. It's great. I think this is one of the more creative levels we've seen in the new Super Mario franchise, and we're just in World 2. Those piranha plants, they're giving us a hard time. But we're through. Another quick level. And I guess it would have to be quick because it's built around speed. We're speed runners. We're Speed Luigi. We're faster than Sonic. Take that, 16-bit console war enemies. We'd argue in elementary school, but in the end, you know that I was right. Super Nintendo was clearly superior because it had Luigi. So, another lava castle. Nothing too bad here. A little bit on the tricky side, especially if you want all the star coins, but it's over quick enough. It's something you don't mind repeating. This star coin again. Feels a little bit tension-filled because you're right over the lava, but nothing too hard, nothing too bad. And hey, did you see all those dry bones? We're gonna get the bounce off of them, and who doesn't like bouncing off of dry bones? Probably should have hung around and bounced off some more of them, but we got things to do. We've got a princess to save. We've got a Luigi to make a hero. Thanks, crowd. Really pumped me up to hear your applause. Pumped Luigi up too. And he's got a boss to fight. Intimidating looking one. Look at that choker. I mean, he's got a choker on his flying boat. That's scary. I mean, he's not just a dude who wears a choker in public, to the goth club, to the punk show. No. He wears it on his flying boat. So, I mentioned the different kind of patterns, and hey, we got to see it here. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for showing yourself off. I guess we could just, you know, jump over the cactus before he hits the last two, but hey, we'll let him hit the pokey 4 times, or I guess 3 times, whatever, doesn't matter. Now we'll just take him out. Finish him off before he can do it again, because cacti don't deserve to be abused like that. I'm a friend to the environment. Yeah, you are, Luigi. Yeah, you are. Don't let your brother keep you down. Even though he refused to appear in your game. To the point where his name had to be, or the idea of brothers had to be crossed out. Just feels terrible, but you're a winner. Never forget it. And we've got another split path coming up. Since I think the glacier has been voted in for Mario, I'll probably head down to the water levels for Luigi. Unless there's an outcry and everyone wants to see those same levels done for Luigi at the same time. That's cool. Let me know, but we'll probably go down to the sparkling waters. See you next time for some more Mario.